Yo, what's going on, legends? In today's video, I will show you my PvE build with Thor, Mjolnir, Hammer, and Hatchet. We cannot be throwing hammers, so we are throwing axes. So Hatchet ranged build, Mjolnir, the hammer, is here as a support for Rend from Armor Break, and then we got the Mighty Gavel, which applies 30% weaken, which means monsters will deal less damage to you. And that is just super crucial, super good in Catacombs. Rend means you will deal more damage to them, so those two debuffs are just perfect for here. Overall, this build really does a great job, even at tanking bosses in your group. That's your role as well. Bosses, tanking bosses with the hatchet. I recommend more about the gear later, but I recommend getting Despised slash Beloved on one earring. I will show you a spot as well where to farm it. I just got 2 of those earrings back to back, pretty insane. I will also make a separate video for farming and whatnot. Also in the right upper corner, if you guys are new to the game or returning back to New World, you don't know where to start, what to do, I have a full guide for you with, step-by-step leveling and then gearing up and whatnot. But sometimes in Catacombs, portals like this are a bit unlucky because only Angry Earth is just super cracked. It spawned bosses here at portals. It doesn't happen with any other monsters, so it's kind of weird. But some action here with the elites back to back. And I had 4 empowerments though here, so obviously we get a bit more damage increase from this buff. I believe we killed like 2 bosses, or I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I've done so many Catacombs, I lost track, boys. Now I also got the best in slot set piece for PvE overcharge set, which I will show later. I'm not running it in this footage. I still haven't upgraded it because I am super poor. I don't have enough gold to get charms or sockets. Like, goddamn. And it's also, I need to cover also PvP. Like, making builds, being a build creator. Whew, that's tough, man. I don't even know how to make gold. If anyone has any tips, let me know down below in the comments. Help a brother out. Help a brother out, because I'm lost in the cells, just like these fellows over here. So in Catacombs, I really recommend running Coating and the Ward Potions. They do help a lot, both damage and tanky wise. I'm running full light. Now here I am running the new Heartrune, which got introduced in this current season, which you can buy from a fashion vendor. But later on, I swapped to Stalwart Stone Form. I feel like it's much better, because you can avoid one shots or like get ready for anybody to get slammed. Also today I ran like 5 runs with 4 bosses, Catacombs with my boys. Shout out to Haitari and Hashik. I was running medium, and I don't know, like light, medium, both are good. Whatever you have access to, you can go even medium. I was running in PvP set today. It was all good. But light, of course, more damage, much more damage, more burst as well. So let me fast forward a little bit. I'm about to solo the fire boss, which is... I don't like this guy at all. Let me tell you, I don't like this guy at all. So since he's human, I'm trying to get the board here. I did not have coding. I need to buy that. But I hate this boss. Oh my god. Ape boss is alright, but this one, and the Banshee, brothers, those are the worst. But here we got Armor Break for Rend, Weaken from the Thor's Hammer, with the lightning from the sky right there. I am also using a Critical Storm Infix Hatchet, which means every half a second, if you crit, you'll get a stack. And at 6 stacks, you will proc a lightning bolt from the sky, which hits for 100% weapon damage. You will see here in a second, like the procs or the damage overall on the boss is pretty crazy. So when it procs, it's really good. Again, Rend, you can see Rend hit for 9.4 thousand and Mighty Gable hit for 14,000. Crazy. But again, I got Empower, so. But still, Hammer does hit for almost 10k without buffs, which is nice. Again, AV Fire Potions also very good for these, because this is a kind of like a nemesis. I should be proccing some lightning soon, I think. Now with the Critical Storm, you need to aim towards the body to crit. If you do headshots, it doesn't count as a crit for the infix, so that's just how it goes. Shift drop the route room there. So many damage, so many numbers flying around, I don't even know. Also, the goal here is to pick up these little lizards when you fight his boss, because they spawn AoE. Let me know what's your worst nemesis in the Catacombs, boys. Also, reason why Catacombs are so good is because you can get so much loot from the blue points, which you can see in the right upper corner, and then which is loot bias, and then the mythic ones, the next to it, the golden ones, those are for the set bonuses for legendary items. Also, the items come with 750 gear score, which saves some points for you. Umbral Crystals, I mean. So let's take you into the game and we will talk about some of the good stuff, G's and Gents. How about that? So first thing, I got New World Body Planner for you guys. I like to call it Planner because that's essentially what it is right here. So the attributes, how we looking is 250 strength and 223. This is the rest of the points in dexterity. I am running a 100 con. In the footage, I ran 50, but you want to run 100 to avoid potential one-shots. So it's got good increase to HP. Overall strength, I like 250 because you get stamina regen when performing melee attacks. This also works for, I believe, aim at throw. It counts as well. If not, I just sometimes win melee attacks. It's not bad. For some of the bosses or overall, like when you clear normal rooms with portals and whatnot, it's really good. Rest in dexterity because Hatchet does scale from both dex and strength B tier. So you want to have both equal. The Warhammer scales, I believe, from strength and I believe now it's intelligence. Let me double check. I'm blind. And dexterity as well. Strength and dex. It's S tier and E tier, so it goes both ways. So we get the attributes right here. Now for the mastery, for Warhammer, you are looking for armor break to apply fat rent right here, 30%. Cap is 50%, I believe. With our running throw, we are almost capped out. Actually, we are at a cap of... No, rent is 70%. They changed that. 50% was back in the day, 70%. So we got 50% rent, which is ridiculous with this build, which means we deal more damage by 50%. Wild, man. That's just wild. And we have perfect uptime on running throw because of the cooldowns, but the armor breaker here from the Warhammer. We got Mighty Gavel to apply the weaken from this skill and Mjolnir, the weapon, which is down here. Boom. Mighty Gavel weaken 30%. You will be tankier pretty much. That's why you can run light, no problem. Other points to get is Shockwave. If you go into a room with 3 monsters spawning or in big packs, not even like catacombs, you can use this anywhere. You'll get Shockwave. This also, I believe, applies weaken here, if I'm not mistaken, 10%. So that's 40% weaken, which is very good. And some passives here, like armor increase, goes well with the like sustain. Now for the hatchet, you definitely want to get Berserk to be uninterruptible, which means you will not be staggered, and that's very crucial because, you know, that's pretty hard CC, if you will. If you're clumped with monsters around you. Some damage increase here, we get some more damage like execute phase. Now the throwing side is the best because this gives you up to 16% damage per each debuff. 4%, we have no problem getting all 4 debuffs. Running throw, big damage, 110% weapon damage plus 20 here, so that's 130% weapon damage with very short cooldown. I'm also running full cooldown reduction gear, which I will show you in a bit, but running throw right here also gives you cooldown reduction if you throw hatchets. Refreshing throw. You could also go like, you could drop these points and like fully deck out this side of the tray, put full all points in throwing if that's what you want. If you want third throw, which roots targets in place and applies a slow, that's good for kiting, so you can totally do it. But I'm a big fan of Berserk and the damage increase. This also helps. This actually caps out our empowerment. I believe I got 33% empower. 33.6. Yeah, you can see it right here as well. 27.6 as the overall with mortal aggression, but we don't have that on non-stop like on bosses. So like that's 20% plus Berserk. That's not too bad. So we are nearly capped, which is 50%, and it doesn't count the empowers here slashing. Well, 22. Well, yeah, 22 something, 26 something, something like that. And infected throw, again, another weaken on the target. We have so many debuffs, man. This build is so gorgeous, both tanky and also damage wise. So mastery combo one more right here. Perk summary. This is I put this in here. My in-game gear is nowhere near this. It's close, nowhere near, kind of in between. But prolonged favor does work on Berserk. I thought it doesn't, but it does indeed. My Berserk is 7 seconds with 2 perks instead of originally 5. So very OP perk for Berserk overall in PvP. You want to stack Vicious because this is not in Empower Cap. This goes just not in the cap, which is great. That's what we want. So Vicious Charms, Enchanted Ward to be tankier, Shuriken Fortification as well. If you probably not, you will not get one shot unless you're doing like for 5th boss. So if you dodge an attack, this will proc no problem. Sacrificial Empowerment also good for defense, for damage. Excuse me. Even at the cost of armor, it doesn't matter that much, but the damage increase is very good. Now for gems in the armor, I am running Onyx with plus 4% damage increase. My gear has 2 sockets, not 4, but it is what it is. So I would say these perks are amazing. It doesn't show some of the perks I have on gear, like slash harnessing. Whenever you have a free offensive slot, I just put slash to help out, cap out the empowerment cap 50%. So headpiece here, keenly empowered, vicious, enchanted war. This is amazing. We don't have a gem here, but it's okay because these are very good too. Shuriken fortification, sacrificial empowerment, prolonged favor. These 3 perks are like the main thing you should look for on the gear. Mortal aggression, this caps out with 1 perk, so this is very good as well for sustain and being tanky. Because I always clear solo in catacombs. Chest piece, nibble coat, cooldown reduction 8% with on top of lifestealer's drought and synergy. These are very important perks as well. These 3 perks will guarantee you so much sustain. It's crazy. So that's some good stuff. On the gloves, here again, enchanted ward, pants, ward, vicious, similar to our headpiece. Except we got a gem here. Prolonged favor. I would like to get all prolonged favor, but it's just hard to get all of it, boys. Now boots here, empowerment, chicken fortification. I would love to drop maybe 1 fortification and get favor, but I think it's pretty good. I think this is pretty good what's in the planner. Keenly jagged, you want to get this on the armor. This will apply to both weapons. If you attack with both weapons, you will trigger this as good damage. I did not have it in the footage. This is helping with the damage a lot. So you want to get this bad boy. I know I did have Keenly Jack, never mind. Amulet here, ideally double protection with life. Flame protection, good stuff. You could saw it in the footage. There's a lot of fire in catacombs, overall in PvE, explosive as well on death. Lightning, pretty good too. There's like a nemesis in the humanoids in catacombs that drain your stamina. Or the bird, flying bird. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Blood Drinker, another artifact, amazing for sustain. The lifesteal you get from this bad boy on top of the lifestealer's drought and mortal aggression. I am lifestealing 5,000 life with infected throw. 5k life, boys. You can out-tank most of the things that do not one-shot you. It is wild. It's got great perks. We got vicious, slash, gem, keen switch, the crit chance when you weapon swap. Amazing. Now, earring, what I find best combination is refreshment. This stacks very well again with the nimble coat, except this is higher by 2%, which is amazing. Keen berserk, you want to get a weapon charm, skills charm on the earring here. Next up, beloved, the despised might seem like a troll on one piece, but this is actually best DPS increase because you will deal 16% damage increase to taunted enemies, and that's just insane. And you will also be able to tank the target from your party members. So ideal setup, what I found with this setup for Catacombs is 2 players with you with Blunderbuss and Fire Staff. They are free to DPS, close combat with a shoddy or ranged, whatever. You just keep aggro and keep kiting while you throw hatchets that deal a lot of damage as well. It's perfect combo. I'm a big fan of that setup. I ran Catacombs with that setup today. Loved it. So that was the earring. For our weapons, we got Spark of Mjolnir. We got Vicious, Mighty Gavel. I think I already talked about it. Apply Weakened with Gavel. You could probably run Shockwave to apply more rend, the perk here, but this comes with Mighty Gavel. I just stick with it. Next up, we got Hatchet. This is our main hitting weapon. That's what I have in game. But ideally, you want to get End here. You know what? Let me quickly change this. You would want to get... Oh my god, just fat fingered. You want to get End because this will apply... This will give your ability base damage higher, which is all our throws except aim throws. But our main damage comes from running throw and infected throws, so this would be ideal. We want to run running throw in the weapon, not Keen Berserk, because we will be able to deal 40% more damage against targets with running throw. On the gear, it's 20%, so that's 20% difference. Keen Berserk is, I believe, 10% on gear and 10% on extra, or 20% on the weapon. So that's like double damage we get here. And Berserk is conditional, right? It goes on cooldown, so there is like a dead window. For the rune, I like Heartrune of Stoneform, Stalwart for the heal, and Fortify. This is my preferred and favorite. You could also go for a Vines rune. I will show you. This one, Brutal. This applies Rend and Enfeeble, which is weaken. But be careful, this one does dispel your Berserk because this unequips your weapon when you use it. So use it outside, like opener if you will. That's pretty good. Another one was the Blade one I showed you in the footage. So Brutal is pretty good. Excuse me, not Brutal, this one. Stalwart yet again. The other one I just showed, this makes the blades spin around you, and this is not good. Now for the best installed set gear for PvE, as you can see, I got the full set here. This is the overcharge set. I got 5 pieces, 4 armor and earring. Earring by the way, earring is insane. This earring always goes with, I believe, triple refreshings. I got a bit unlucky. I wanted to get the refreshing move instead of recovery, but it's still insane. I mean, it's wild. I got super lucky on these pieces. I got Shuriken Fort and Empowerment on most of these. This one got Terminal Vengeance and a good perk, by the way. This one is kind of pretty good too. And that piece, good as well. The one thing is it doesn't have it as Prolonged Favor. That's pretty unlucky, but it's whatever. So this set, if you hit enemies within 5 meters, which we always are in that range, or when you kill enemy, you gain a stack. Now each stack increases your base damage and affliction resistance. Affliction is, I believe, it's corrupted, and I believe it's the blight resistance from one of the bosses in Catacombs. You also get inflicted by rend, which means you will take more damage. That's by 12%. 3 stacks. It's actually not that great. It's not that big, man. Not that big. And it gets removed when you get hit. And then 5 set piece is you get more stacks, which means more damage and more stamina regen, which goes well with Nimble if you have it on earring. I believe I don't have it right now, but yeah. As you can see, my gear is scuffed in the game, so the perks are all over the place. So the planner has best in slot. For the consumables, what we are using, I am using the Honing Stone. This counts towards Empower Cap, so damage increase here. Desert Sunrise to reduce the dodge duration is very good as well by 25%. Next up I'm using is this Rabbit Constitution 48. Ideal one would be Springtide because this is 52 Constitution, but this is from the Spring event and it's pretty expensive, so just go with the normal one. Or the Strength, not this one, the Gnewfish. I don't have that. Again, coatings, if you're fighting, depends what you're fighting, but this will give you a lot of damage. And then, of course, the Board Potion, which gives you Absorption. Very good as well. Glad how they changed these potions. Very good. And then classic regen potions, you know, health potions right here. That's all you need pretty much. If you are wealthy, you can we can run gemstones against like spell damage. Yeah. Oh, the gems in your jewelry should be elemental. That's what I run. Physical onyx on body piece and elemental in you know, jewelry. It's pretty good. For the rotation, once again, we want to apply armor break. For the rend, we want to apply weaken. Then we want to go into berserk and then running throw and then infected throw. You can end, well, there is a way to cancel animation berserk, but we cannot do it because we need to block with it. But we don't have block, we have aim and throw, which is mucho importante. But yeah, so again, armor break, mighty gabble. We got berserk, running throw, infected throw, and then go, you know. Also try to go for body shots because yeah, the crit storm does proc from the crits on the body, not from headshots. That's very important as well. That is very important. We got 4 stacks. I would have to work on the crit, man. I need to work on the crit. And then we will proc the lightning from the sky. Which I'm not sure if it appeared. I didn't watch. And then one more thing is I was talking about crit. I was supposed to talk about something else. I don't know. I forgot. Can you imagine? I forgot. Well, if I will remember, I'll put it in the pinned comment in the comment section, boys. But yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching, homies and nomads. Good luck with the grind. I also stream every day on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, everywhere. If you would like to stop by, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I am live every day, baby. Every day grinding. Tomorrow, if you see that, back at it again. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Once again, take it easy and have a good one. Peace.